Sekiro, pain. That game is excruciatingly painful to learn and to play in your very first playthrough. So I'm gonna leave Sekiro at pain because every boss kicked my ass in that game. You die at least 10 times to each boss. Ishin took me 2 days. Demon of Hatred took me 2 days. I'm gonna leave it at pain. Thymesia, I'm gonna put it down at rough. And rough doesn't necessarily mean it's easy, but out of all the games that I have on the list right now, I think Thymesia is the easiest compared to all the other games. Lies of P, you're gonna hate me for this. I think it deserves pain. Lies of P, for some reason, just kicked my ass so many times. I cannot play that game peacefully. I can't go back to Lies of P and say, I wanna go back and play because I wanna fight this boss. I think this game is rough because everything hurts you like a truck. Overture, God, even the same thing. Overture is just the game, but just even harder. So it kind of makes me think if I wanted to put it at hard, and I could leave it at harder and then put the DLC at pain. I'll leave it like that, actually. Elden Ring, I'm going to give Elden Ring hard. I think Elden Ring isn't, to be honest, harder on the criteria list here because there's not much bottleneck areas that I think that I'd be pulling my hair, because you gotta just come back later and just say, all right, I'm gonna level up and come back later. So it's never really that hard. Melania, I fought Melania. It gave me a couple tries on my own. Melania's not that hard, in my opinion. She is a challenging boss out of everyone else, but I don't think she's crazy hard to a point where I have to put her harder or pain. Shadow of the Earth Tree, definitely going on the harder list. It could be pain criteria, but because I can't just put it on the pain criteria because of one boss, and that is Consort Radahn. Consort Radahn is essentially the hardest boss in all of Souls because pre-nerf, he did too much damage. He did way too much damage to a point where I had to ask for help. And when I had to ask for help, that's the end of my patience. I fought him for 3 days straight and I couldn't beat him. I almost had to perfect the boss without taking any damage. And I feel like if you're perfecting a boss, that doesn't make him hard. That just makes the game a little bit unfair, but at the same time, a little balance in between. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Black Myth Wukong. I'm gonna put that at challenging. Maybe hard, actually. Black Myth Wukong did prove some menacing bosses, and definitely putting him at hard, because there are some times in that game where you're fighting boss after boss, and then there are times that you're just trying to get to new areas and you just die. Wu Chang, I put it at rough. Wu Chang wasn't hard per se, but it did give you that Souls-like feel, but I don't think it's like harder or challenging as Demon Souls, but it deserves its spot. Kazan is a very interesting one. Ozma took me 3 days or 2 days to beat because Ozma had 3 phases, and every time you get to a second phase, he practically does an ability that can one-shot you, and it's just about learning the abilities after that, and that's what took up a lot of time. So Kazan, I want to put it at harder. I'm going to put it at harder solely because I use the Ultra Greatsword as my main weapon, and I just spec'd into it and I had to use it because my friend used I think he used a spear and he did pretty good. He didn't really struggle a lot in bosses. Night Rain self-explanatory. I'm going to put that at hard tier because it's just knowing what to do in your first run, and after that,